Good morning, students. Students, we are studying kingdom fungi. Okay, we have studied its characteristics. Now we are studying about the example of this kingdom fungi about mold. Students, nutrition in mold. Students, mold is called saprophytic. Why? Because it feeds on what? Dead and decaying matter. Okay, some molds are also called to be parasitic because they obtain nutrients from where? From living organisms. Okay, and what they do? They cause food to rot. Students, it secretes digestive juices that contains what? Some enzymes directly on the food. These enzymes, what happen? They do, students. They cause food to become soluble, which is then absorbed by what? By the mold. The mold is spread over the surface of the food, sending its hyphae, okay, inwards to the absorb the nutrients. Okay, students. Now, how the respiration in molds happens? Students, what happens? Fungi respire mostly aerobically. That means they need oxygen like us. Okay. Aerobic respiration is far more efficient than anaerobic respiration. And mold is a fungus that respires aerobically. Okay, students. Students, just to have a look on this note also. Yeast is an example of fungi, student, that respires anaerobically by breaking down glucose into what? Into ethyl alcohol, which releases what? Energy and CO2. This property is called, students, fermentation, okay, which is used in brewing and baking industries. Now, students, what are some useful fungi are there? What are the usefulness of these fungi? First, manufacturing of bakery products, students. Okay, it is used in the manufacture of bakery products. It makes the bread light and fluffy also. For manufacturing the wines, students. Okay, it is used as vitamins also, as antibiotics. Penicillin is an antibiotic, student, which is used for destroying many disease causing bacteria. Okay, is obtained from a fungus. What is that called? Penicillium notatum. Fungi, it is also used as food, like some mushrooms are there that is eaten as food. Some fungi are there, students, those are harmful for us. Some fungi, what happens? They infect humans and they cause diseases like athlete's foot, thrush. These are the fungal infections, students. Fungal infections cause more disease, serious problems with which patients in AIDS patients, students. In plants, they cause some diseases like late blight of potato and tomato also. These are the diseases which are caused in plants. Food spoilage. Some fungi, they spoil our foods like food like fruits, vegetables, etc. Some fungi are poisonous also, students. If they are eaten, then they may cause death also. Okay. Now, students, we will study about our next the kingdom plantae. Students, plants make up the kingdom which is called what? Plantae. Members of plant kingdom, they are having some following characteristics. First of all, they are multicellular organisms. They have chlorophyll in them, and the cell wall of plant cells are composed of what? Cellulose. Okay, students. So now we will study about the more these points, that the plants are having the ability to grow. They reproduce both sexually and asexually, and they obtain energy from the sun. They develop a self-defense system also to protect from being destroyed by the animals. If conditions are favorable, students, they can grow throughout the life. Okay, this kingdom is, students, includes flowering plants, mosses, ferns, algae, etc. Like this. Now, students, come to the kingdom Animalia. All the animals, students, that means we also, that means human beings also belong to the kingdom Animalia. Okay. Now, what are the characteristics? First of all, they are heterotrophs. That means they cannot make their own food like plants are making, right? They are dependent on plants and animals. They can move from one place to another. They are having some specified organ system. Okay, and they stop growing after a certain period of time, students. Now, students, based on the absence and presence of the backbone, students, animals are classified into two broad categories. What are they? Vertebrates and invertebrates. What are the invertebrates and invertebrates animals, students? The animals which have the backbone, students, okay, or we can say that vertebral column, that are called vertebrates. But the animals, those who are not having the backbone or vertebral column, they are called invertebrates. Okay, now what are the classification of vertebrates? Animals belonging to this group, students, have a distinct vertebral column connected to the brain. Okay, now what happens, student? Vertebrates in all compared to the other invertebrates, vertebrates are having highly developed nervous system also. Okay, vertebrates can be classified into five main classes: species, amphibia, reptilia, aves, and mammalia. So, students, first of all, we will learn about species. Here, species means, students, fish. Okay, what are their characteristics? First of all, they are cold-blooded animals. Temperature of their body changes with respect to the surroundings, students. They have streamlined body. They breathe through gills. Their side fins help them to move forward, and tail fins help them to change their direction. They have a scaly skin for protection, and they lay eggs in water, students. Examples are shark, seahorse, rayfish, and eel. Okay, now, students, come the amphibia. Students, amphibians live on both. They can live on both the land as well as on the water also. What are the characteristics? They are cold-blooded. They are found near the ponds and other water bodies. Their skin is moist and slippery, and that is why this skin, they can escape from the enemies due to their skin only. They breathe in water through the moist skin, and when they comes on the land, they breathe through their lungs. They have the webbed feet, and they lay eggs in water, students, like frog, toad, and salamander, like this. Now, students, come to our next group, reptilia. So, reptilians, these are more adapted to life, students, on earth rather than the amphibians. Their legs are underdeveloped. Therefore, most of the reptiles crawl on the land. What are the characteristics? They are cold-blooded animals. They have a dry and scaly skin. And, students, all reptiles except snakes, they have four legs. They breathe through lungs. They lay eggs on the land, and their eggs are covered with the hard shell, students. What are the examples? Chameleon, crocodile, tortoise, snake, and lizards. Okay, now we will study about aves. Aves means, students, birds. What are the characteristics? They are warm-blooded animals. Their body temperature is not affected by the temperature of their surrounding, students. Okay, they are warm-blooded. They have a light body, and their body is covered with what? With feathers, students. Okay, their forelimbs are modified into wings. Okay, their legs are covered with scales, and the toes are equipped with claws, students. And their bones are light. That is why, due to the presence of what? Air cavities in them, and that is why they can fly. They have beak without teeth. All birds, students, lay eggs, and they are called oviparous. The eggs are laid in the nest, and they are incubated by the parents, students. Example: parrot, owl, sparrow, bulbul, crow, duck, and eagle. Now, students, we will talk about mammalia. Students, mammals, okay, are milk producing animals. What are the characteristics? They are warm blooded. They have hairs on their body, sweat glands they are having, They breathe through the lungs. They have two pairs of limbs. And students, they give birth to their young ones. That is why they are called what? Viviparents. Okay, and they show what? Parental care. Mothers suckle their young ones with their milk. Okay, they are having the mammary glands. Okay, like lion, zebra, whale, monkey, cow, elephant, rat, and human beings. Okay, students, we will continue in the next video. Thank you.